Good morning. My name is Roshni Sharma-Fleming. I'm just checking in to see if everyone can see my
Give me
screen.
1 minute, please.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi, can you
Hello.
see us?
Hi, Robin. How are you? Roshni?
Can you hear us, Roshni?
I can hear you. Yes. Good morning.
Your voice is kind of low, very low.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it is better now.
It's better. Is my
Yes,
volume okay?
yes,
Okay.
yes, it is
How are
perfect.
you?
We're good, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
So, welcome to the fourth session of today of Win Ideas Pro Summits Virtual Summit 2024 on International Women's Week. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me introduce about you to our esteemed guests and delegates as well. So, let's extend a warm welcome to a remarkable individual who is dedicated to empowering women and promoting holistic healing. Roshni Sharma-Fleming. Roshni is the founder and CEO of Stillfire Healing INC, brings a unique blend of education, certification, and personal experience to our stage. With degrees in business administration, education, and masters in education, focusing on the identity of South Asian women. She is not only academically accomplished but also a certified Ahava healer, educator, light worker, and Usuyu Reiki master. Roshni's journey, fueled by her own encounter with serious illness, has inspired her to guide women in using holistic healing modalities alongside traditional practices. Today, she'll share the insights on self advocacy, self care, and self love, emphasizing the uniqueness of every woman's healing journey. Get ready for a session that transcends conventional boundaries and invites us to embrace the power of holistic well being. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Roshni Sharma Fleming. So let's all welcome her, and we are
Thank
waiting
you.
for your wonderful speech, Roshni.
Thank you.
It's you all
Thank
the
you. And I'd really like to just confirm in terms of my screen sharing, I can just do present to audience. Is that good?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you. Can everyone see my screen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Um,
You have to share your entire screen rather than window.
uh, there we go. And
Click on entire screen.
and now?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Entire screen. Um, My PowerPoint is not in my entire screen at the moment. Is there
Do you
someone can
have
help
to?
me with this?
Do you have two desktops?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I can do it. Is there someone who can share it on their end?
Yeah, if you can share it to us, and we will share it here.
Okay, I apologize for the delay here. So we sent you the file. Do you have access to that file now?
So, to whom did you send? Can you please let me know?
I can send it to you again here.
Yeah, you can send it in the chat if it allows. Or
Okay.
else, I don't think it will allow. So, yeah, we already have it, so we'll be sharing that. Give me one second.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Roshni, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much. Shall we begin again?
Yes, you can start.
Thank you very much. My name is Roshni Sharma-Fleming. I am the CEO and founder of Stillfire Healing Inc. in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada. Before I'd like to begin, I'd like to thank the Conference and coordinator and hosts for allowing us to share our voices here today. I'm extremely grateful for their communication and their professionalism as they engaged me to come towards this conference today. Thank you very much. Stillfire Healing Inc. was born out of illness. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I fell very, very sick. And let's go back to the first slide, please. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I felt very, very sick. And during that time, I learned that I was important, that my health comes first, and that self-care should not be selfish. Self-care is a beginning for self-love. During that time of my serious illness, I learned that holistic healing is so important to work in tandem with traditional methods in order to support, especially the journey that I was going through. First slide, please. During that time when I fell so sick, I felt that self-advocacy, communication, awareness, and acceptance of where I was extremely important. And during that time when I knew, I made a very, very important decision that I needed to face my shadows and my emotions in order to heal from my illness. During that time of my illness, during the COVID-19 pandemic, I was being shown something bigger than I had been given in this illness. I was being shown how important a woman's health is, how important it is to support her through her journey in her unique health needs. During that time, even in my illness, I built a team around me with traditional and holistic practitioners who were able to consistently care and cheered me on through my healing. During that time, I wanted to tell you that I knew that everyone is capable of healing. And we have known this for millennia, but everyone is capable of healing. We need to gain understanding and awareness that we all have that ability to heal in the simplest ways, given the right modalities, resources, and communication. We can begin to understand that to achieve wellness, we must start with ourselves. Before we continue with the presentation, I'd like to invite you through a little bit of breath work. And if this resonates with you, please lightly place your hands in your lap. close your eyes and place your right hand on your heart. Breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And one more time. Breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. I daily use this practice of centering and grounding my energy. I'm able to move into my heart space. Notice how you feel during this time after you have that breath. How do you feel? Where are you? Self-care does not have to be expensive. Self-care has to be consistent, simple, and effective. And women especially need to be supported in this way so that they can heal for themselves. These types of practices are here to help you to feel good and good with yourself despite what's happening in the world, despite the chaos in the world. A simple centering practice is extremely important. And I am happy to share this with you because it is a simple practice. It's easy and is welcome in your day, especially when you have so little time. Next slide, please. A little personal background of where I have come from. I'm a first-generation South Asian daughter and granddaughter. I was born in Kenya in Africa. And in 1973, I immigrated to Toronto. During that time, despite the immigrant experience that I was going through, my parents very much grounded me in their home cooking, both very, very good and excellent cooks. The spices that they used in their food was so healing, and especially during times of sickness. I knew this was the beginning of holistic knowledge and holistic understanding of health. I remember my father making me raw egg and milk, and my mother boiling warm milk with turmeric and saffron in order to settle a cold or a cough. And this herbal medicine I knew was the beginning of my healing through those illnesses in particular. I think my parents had over 100 spices in their cupboard, and each had their own particular use and flavor and energy. And I loved this good witchery at home because there was not always a panic around illness. There was an understanding that illness could be healed. The healing at home really, really helped me to even push further into aromatherapy, homeopathy, and dabbling in nutrition from a very young age. I was always trying to cultivate a deeper understanding of my well-being through these diverse practices, especially in my South Asian household. I remember one time my father gave me a strange milk, a mix of Coca-Cola and milk, and it wasn't very holistic. He called it a midnight sandy, and it was full of sugar and milk, and we drank it together. But I knew that drink was made with love, and that energy was always felt when he made that for me. He always looked very mischievous when he made it because he knew it wasn't the greatest drink. Next slide, please. The most important thing to realize about divine feminine energy and using divine feminine energy to transform others, we must consider the historical perspectives. Now, this is given our time, these perspectives are not limited to these 4 particular topics, but we must take a look at the witch wound. And this witch wound has persisted over millennia. This was the persecution of witches, which has been a dark and harrowing chapter in our lives. Uh, and in historical times, in the infamous trials of Salem witches and the witch hunts in the medieval times, all of these individuals were persecuted because of their knowledge, because they were persecuted and accused of practicing witchcraft, and they were subjected to horrific torture. And this fear that surrounded this particular um, this wound, the witches, the oracles, the shamans, it always gave this combination, this witchcraft, the fear of witchcraft of uh, religious ideologies, societal anxieties, and political power struggles. And they were all, witches were often scapegoated and blamed for crop failures and unusual events, and all of which, in which their communities blamed them for, the communities blamed them for all of these mishaps in their communities. All of these events gave rise to the witch wound and helped it to persist over time. We do understand a little bit more about oracles in the ancient times as well. They were actually revered, and their divine energy was always harnessed. With their prophetic insights, their ability to see into the future and to be consulted on personal destiny. This was their divine feminine energy that people coveted and revered. And there was a fear there, but oracles were preserved. Uh, all of this importance around the energy of this knowledge, the intuition, the wisdom, the herbalism, the holistic knowledge, the intuitive and ancestral knowledge, this was all being wounded during this time, but it is so needed today. The witch wound has persisted. It's like a metaphorical scar on our society, on our collective consciousness that reflects an enduring legacy of persecution. And it serves as a reminder of the dangers of fear surrounding and the dangers of ignorance and intolerance. In order to heal this wound, we have to reclaim and embrace divine feminine energy and support women, and support them to become fully embodied in who they are. And in this way, they can become transformative health creatrixes. Healing this wound requires the divine feminine energy to be played with along divine feminine energy to be played with as a rightful tool that shifts consciousness and that creates energetic ripples for healing across communities. But divine feminine energy is not to be feared, it is to be revered. Next slide, please. Women have always been at the forefront of diversity in our health practices. They have come through as traditional medicine practitioners. You can see them holding space in their indigenous communities. Women are the primary caregivers and healers. They preserve traditional medicinal knowledge and practices passed down through generations. I know when my parents were trying to heal me with my illness, they were always practicing something that had been passed down from our forefathers. And I still carry those practices into my household today with my son. And these practices, they are using herbs and spices and rituals, and requires a deeper understanding and intuition into the deeper knowledge that we all possess. We also learn as women are midwives, and they are spiritual healers. They are herbalists. They are yoga practitioners, Ayurvedic practitioners. They are acupuncturists, traditional Chinese medicine practitioners. All of this, women are holding space for this knowledge to come forward and have done so, but it's very important to do this now. Holistic medicine, we must take the fear out of it and we must adopt it and integrate it into traditional medicine practices. In this way, we can honor the divine feminine energy that exists in all of us, and we can balance the masculine and divine feminine energy in order to have that harness and also teach others to do the same. What's extremely important with holistic medicine, there is always a structure around it. Women, especially in various communities, we serve as leaders, educators, and we raise awareness around preventative healthcare practices, nutrition, sanitation, and family planning. We support and embrace women so they can take charge of their health. Women should not be alone in their healing. Women are to be supported. Women are to be embraced and lifted. And sometimes we find, especially in our Western culture here, women are not supported in their stories and they are not able to share because of the many hats that we wear. But if we find commonality within one another, especially as women, a woman is less likely to worry and more likely to feel supported on her journey. Any particular alternative medicine practices, it is extremely important, but I also even stretch that further as energy medicine. Energy medicine is a very large passion of mine, and we all feel energy. Energy is something particular that is so needed now, especially as our healthcare systems are under strain. If we look at energy medicine as another way in order to heal, this will embrace the divine feminine energy in all of us. And I will talk about divine feminine energy in the next slide. But essentially, when we talk about alternative medicine, energy practitioners, all of us are dealing in energy. I'm a Usui Reiki master. I do Reiki. We did Reiki a little bit at the beginning with our breath work by putting our hand on our heart and setting a positive intention for health. We have these practices. We have the knowledge to heal. And that energy medicine especially can reverberate not only for the divine feminine energy in a woman, but also within her family and in her communities. Women are also active in our homeopathy, aromatherapy, massage therapy, and they offer alternative approaches because we are creative. We are beautiful practitioners who can tap into intuition and love and creativity in order to heal somebody. And all of these diverse roles and practices highlight the invaluable contributions of women as healers in promoting healthcare. We can promote well-being within our families and then in our communities, but we first must start with ourselves. And I know what's extremely important is that to uplift a woman and to support her in health and well-being is so important now, because this will help her rejuvenate divine feminine energy. Next slide, please. In order to understand harnessing divine feminine energy and healing it and the challenges it faces, we have to understand there are different feminine archetypes. And these archetypes can evolve over time, and they are unique to each individual woman, which also gives rise to her health care needs as well. No woman is the same. No man is the same. But a woman herself can heal with the variety of tools available to her so that she is able to harness and rejuvenate her feminine energy. We know some of these archetypes as the mother, the energy of nurturing, caring, and unconditional love. And what more now that this earth needs is unconditional love. We know that there is the maiden who is innocent, pure and youthful. The wise woman, the crone, who embraces aging and introspection and the deeper mysteries of life. There is the dark feminine. Often she is feared, but again, she can represent both danger and liberation with her alluring way, her manipulative ways, and she is also sexually empowered. The next energy is one that is near and dear to my heart, is the warrior energy. I had to embrace this energy when I fell very sick. I had to embrace this energy because of my illness. And during that time, I adopted self-advocacy, independence, and a willingness to fight for my health because I knew my time here on earth was not over. A weaker feminine energy can still be rejuvenated by a community. It can be powerful, and women work within their communities and create women's circles and online groups in order to lift each other up. This is extremely important, especially to create fabric within each community to support women. We also look at other feminine archetypes, the lover, the mystic, the queen, the muse. The muse is often inspired with beauty, innovation, and creativity. The healer, which is one of my archetypes that I've embraced wholeheartedly, represents compassion and empathy and the ability to face healing, both for oneself and for others. They can manifest in different ways, and the challenge is to maintain it in a consistent, simple, and accessible way for all women. Why is this important now? We need to soften the earth. We need to heal our energy so that we can heal the earth. We need to find balance and equilibrium and to create a ripple effect, especially for one's physical environment. Divine feminine energy seeks balance. It seeks that balance and equilibrium. Next slide, please. Divine feminine energies, to heal it is not challenging. It is not something that has just come up in our current society. This energy has existed for millennia. We have known this in sacred texts as well, in Mahadevi and Shakti. But it's extremely important to revisit this as a foundational concept to support women now, to provide healing, and to motivate the rise of divine feminine energy. This nurturing and embracing the feminine is so important, as she can transform herself, she can renew herself so that she can help others. We can no longer sit and war on a woman's body. A woman's body is sacred and we must treat it as such. We know that a woman can be creative, fertile, nurturing, compassionate. We know that she can collaborate and be a part of a community to lift others. We must support her here. And every woman is unique. Each journey is not going to be with anyone each journey is not going to be one size fits all. A woman can heal with that particular journey that she chooses for herself because of her unique needs. Overall, divine feminine energy represents an inclusive and holistic approach, and it represents spirituality and personal growth. Once feminine energy is healed, the challenge remains is to maintain it consistently, simply, and lovingly. How do you do this? How do you maintain the holistic approaches? And this is not an expensive endeavor. We must enjoy ourselves, to tend to our inner garden, to develop routines of physical, spiritual, emotional, and metaphysical ways in order to maintain that divine feminine energy. We must engage in mutual expansion of feminine energy by connecting with others, creating communities around women so that they do not feel alone. Women are creatrixes in our sisterhood. We can connect with others and heal others through our journeys alone. Our stories are so rich when it comes to uh, teaching others of how to heal and how we are not alone. Our stories can help heal others. What's extremely is honoring for me is what is an extreme honor for me is that when you embrace the practical and simple ways of rituals, what's important is it's a deeply personal journey that requires individuals to reconnect to their inner essence and embrace their inherent worthiness and honor the sacredness of all life. And by integrating all of these practices, women can embark on a path of healing, empowerment, and spiritual growth. Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech, Roshni Sharma. Your captivating speech on divine and feminine energies. I think the word itself means, it has a lot of energy, positive energy. Thank you so much for your
Thank
wonderful
you.
speech, and our audience thoroughly enjoyed the session. So, my
Thank you.
dear Belinda will be posing you a question on this one. Let me give
Yes.
her a question. Sorry.
No problem.
So, yes, Roshni, in your opinion, what role does holistic medicine play in fostering a supportive and healthy organizational culture that empowers women leaders?
Can you repeat the question one more time, please?
In your opinion, what role does holistic medicine play in fostering a supportive and healthy organizational culture that empowers women leaders?
This is a very simple question. When a fully embodied and healed woman is an empowered and powerful woman, when a woman is healthy, she can create ripple effects for her own well being, but then also for others around her. When she is a healed woman, she can create structures of and use her divine masculine and divine feminine energies to create fabrics and connection within her organization to soften the mind of the organization and move into a heart space. She can become a heart-centered leader by leading others in this way. You can no longer just work from the mind. The mind is always calculating, logistically looking, but where is the softness in that? A woman who is embraced in her full embodied self is a healthy woman. She is powerful and she can set an example for her organization. And she can be transformative in this way because she's working from her heart space, not just from her mind.
Yeah, that was quite very well answered. I think our audience got it, and we also released some polls. Thank you so much, Roshni Sharma. I hope you enjoyed this
I
entire
did.
global platform here on Win Ideas Pro Summit's Virtual Summit 2024 on International Women's Week. So I
Thank
hope you
you.
will join the next sessions and show some love. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Julie Deanne. Please do join her session. Thank you.